Yo, what's going on, guys? BouseFeenux here, and today I wanted to revisit a game that we haven't talked about in a while on this channel. That game is Fortnite, which, if you remember, is developed by Epic Games, and it's currently in early access for PS4 and PC, with a free-to-play version coming out next year. Now, previously, I had covered some of the basics of the PvE side of Fortnite about 2 months back at the time of this video, and a lot has changed since then. They are really pounding away at this game, and if you're still a little unsure on what Fortnite is, you can check out the videos I just mentioned by clicking the card in the top right-hand corner of this video. If you ain't got time for that, though, the short of it is that Fortnite was originally developed with PvE-focused gameplay in mind. It's a multiplayer squad-based tower defense slash exploration slash third-person shooter slash base building game, and all that kind of sounds like a lot, but the mechanics are handled very well, and it's a super fun game to play in short bursts. But fast forward to now, Epic Games has decided that they want to dabble in the PvP side of things, and their new Battle Royale, aka PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds mode, that you're watching right now, is the product of that. They've taken out all the zombies from PvE and all the threats that go along with that, and it's just you, 99 other people trying to kill you, and a lot of gear strewn across a huge map. Now, real quick, before everyone loses their mind, I want to mention that if you love Fortnite's PvE, that's not going anywhere. From what I understand, a different team is working on each side of the game, so worry not. Epic is not abandoning the core Fortnite experience as far as I know. But to be completely honest, I groaned when I heard that Fortnite was going to be experimenting with this formula because it's the new fad and PUBG is wildly popular right now, so what developer wouldn't try to cash in on that success? I felt like Fortnite was trying to do way too many things at once, and it was trying to turn the game into something it isn't, but after playing around in this mode for a few hours, I hate it, but I'm actually starting to enjoy it despite myself. I really did not think that I would like it, but for reference, I've got a little over 115 hours in PUBG, so not a whole lot in the grand scheme of things, but more than enough to have a frame of reference for Fortnite's new Battle Royale mode and to compare and contrast them, so just bear with me here. Also, if you aren't familiar with the Battle Royale genre, let me go ahead and give you the basics because it's pretty simple. Essentially, you're dropped into a large map with around 99 other players, typically with nothing more than the shirt on your back. It's then up to you to scavenge weapons, ammo, and other supplies while avoiding or killing enemies you come across in an effort to be the last person standing. On top of that, the play area is constantly shrinking in order to drive players closer together and put more pressure on you and your enemies. The objective here is to loot fast, stay on the move, and always be aware of your surroundings. But that's pretty much it. It's a simple concept and it's easy to get into, but it is very hard to master. And with 99 people in a match, there are a lot of variables and no two games are ever the same. It's very addicting to say the least because you're always on that quest to do just a little bit better than you did last time. But now that we've got the basics down, let's talk about what Fortnite's Battle Royale brings to the table and how it is different from PUBG. For starters, a lot of the differences are in the artistic representation of the game. Fortnite already had a pretty unique world built and a lot of assets on hand, so they were able to dig into that in order to create this new play area. They also already had solid shooting mechanics that have been tweaked a little bit, which I'm assuming was a balance decision. Anyway, in PUBG, you're dropped into the map from a massive AC-130 type aircraft, and in Fortnite, you've got the battle bus. At the start of the match, you'll jump out of the battle bus and skydive to the map below. At a certain point during your descent, you'll deploy your glider, which essentially works like the parachute in PUBG, but the glider controls way better. Way better. Once you're on the ground, it's pretty much the same story. You'll scavenge for weapons and items that'll help keep you alive and fight off the other players vying for that coveted first place position, all the while keeping ahead of that dreaded Eye of the Storm, which is essentially the gas from H1Z1 or the electric field from PUBG that shrinks the play area and does damage to you if you're caught outside of it. Now, a quick note on this, the Eye of the Storm in this game is way more forgiving than the electric in PUBG or the gas in H1Z1. Another difference in Fortnite from other Battle Royale games is that there are no vehicles. All travel must be done on foot, which is why after a few games you might notice that the map size in Fortnite's Battle Royale is a lot smaller than some of the other Royale games out there. If the map were the same size, it would take forever to traverse it, so I'm glad that they made this call. As for gear, it works a little differently in Fortnite than in PUBG. There aren't attachments for weapons outside of things like sniper rifles, where they have a scope built in. There are no iron sights, which is something I'm not really sure I'm a fan of because there's no aim down the sight and there's no actual precision. And there are no armor pieces like helmets or bulletproof vests, but there is this weird little potion you drink that gives you a sort of overshield that acts as armor. On top of all this, you also have a very meager inventory size, which your weapons and healing items share. Your ammunition for each weapon doesn't seem to affect your inventory space, but ammo is very scarce from what I've seen. And also, I haven't found a way to increase your inventory size, so I think it's fixed for all characters. The biggest difference between PUBG and Fortnite Battle Royale, though, is that in Fortnite's Battle Royale, they've kept all the building mechanics from the PvE side of the game. This is by far the one mechanic that puts a major twist on this style of game. In PUBG, so many times you'll make it to the end of the match only for the play area to close over a flat field with no cover options. In Fortnite, though, you make your own cover by building structures. You can also harvest materials during a match the same way you would in the PvE side of the game, which is by using your pickaxe. I haven't played Fortnite's Battle Royale enough to see how this is really going to affect late game, but I can definitely say it'll make things a lot more intense. You'll be trying to make shelter while your enemies are shooting it down, and you'll have to decide to fight back or play defensively. Anyway, as for my overall impressions on the game mode, so far I'm really enjoying it. It feels a lot different from the base Fortnite game, and the only thing I really don't like right now is that you can't squad up with your buddies. It is all solo until they add duos and squads, but that aside, I'd go as far to say it's a completely different game from the main experience, and one thing is for sure, it adds a ton of value to Fortnite overall. And to commemorate the addition of this mode, they are selling the standard and deluxe editions of the game for 25% off until September 18th. So now is a good time as any to jump in, unless you're just waiting for the game to go free to play next year, which is fine too. But that is about all I've got for you guys today. I'm pretty excited to get back to Fortnite and continue my coverage on it because I think there's a really good game here. It ticks a lot of my boxes at least. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new here, and if you haven't already, join my Discord by clicking the link in the description below this video. Until next time though, I'm BouseFeenux. I'll see you at the next one, and as always, thank you so much for watching.